On the morning of August 27th, 2025, an unimaginable tragedy unfolded at the Annunciation Catholic School. This was in Minneapolis. It was both a private school and a church. Here, there was a back to school mass. The first week of classes, it turned into a scene of incomprehensible horror. It is not unusual for Catholic schools to take their students to Mass in a sanctuary within the building. At approximately 8:30 a.m., as the students and other worshippers gathered in the pews, shots rang out from outside. Two of the students were killed, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. They died at the scene. 17 others were wounded, including 14 students ranging from ages 6 to 15 years old, and 3 elderly parishioners in their 80s. 4 patients required surgeries, and several were in critical condition. The hospitals used were the Hennepin Healthcare, Children's Minnesota, and North Memorial Health. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office took those who died at the scene. The 2 students, Fletcher Merkel, Harper Moisley. Law enforcement identified the shooter as Robin Westman, a 23-year-old transgender female who was a biologically born male and had the name Robert Westman. It was changed before the COVID pandemic. Her mother had worked in this church until her retirement in 2021. This shooter was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a handgun, firing multiple rounds through the church's stained glass windows. And then she shot herself. She died instantly. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed this. A suicide by self-inflicted gunshot. Therefore, all law enforcement that responded was cleared. Nobody shot the shooter. The shooter shot herself. Hours before the massacre, disturbing videos and a manifesto appeared online. These featured journal entries, gun schematics, and messages scrawled on magazines, including phrases like "Kill Donald Trump" and "For the Children." The shooter expressed admiration for past mass shooters, including the Sandy Hook predator Adam Lanza, who also committed suicide after the massacre. Authorities continue to investigate this shooting, as there are possible conspiracies of ideological motivations or signs of domestic terrorism and hate towards Catholics. The FBI and local agencies are pursuing a full inquiry. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara called this act incomprehensible in its cruelty. Mayor Jacob Frey, serving Minneapolis, stated this kind of act of evil should never happen. State and national leaders, including Kamala Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and U.S. President Donald Trump, expressed condolences and solidarity. Minneapolis, a city still bearing recent scars from gun violence, reels from this latest tragedy. Families are left searching for meaning. The faith community mourns the loss of its youngest members, and the nation grapples again with the question, how can we stop certain people from being targets of crimes due to their faith? We hold vigil for the lives lost, for the courage shown in the chaos, and for healing in broken places. The ones injured have already been released from the hospital. They were all released within weeks. And 2 of the students, 2 girls who attend this school, one of them had to have half of her hair shaved off for surgery, and the other one is basically completely bald now and wears a hat to school pretty often. This will affect them both mentally and physically. After the shooting, President Donald Trump took advantage of the news report to share it to the nation and to impose possible laws preventing people experiencing gender dysphoria or those who have come out as transgender from purchasing firearms. Donald Trump believes that a transgender with a gun is most likely to commit such a massacre. This was also something that political speaker Charlie Kirk expressed, the founder of the student political organization Turn Up USA. And in fact, Charlie Kirk was assassinated this year, right before he was shot by Tyler Robinson, who is currently locked up awaiting trial for that. He was discussing these potential laws and seemed in favor of them. His last words were counting or not counting gun violence when somebody asked him about how many shooters yearly in America are transgender. The person accused of killing Charlie Kirk had a transgender girlfriend and was obsessed with furry fandom, which a furry is basically, if you're not aware, it's somebody who was born into a human body but identifies as another creature, such as a dog, a raccoon. You see all sorts of things these days. I have friends who identify as cats. Anyways, thank you for listening to the story of Strawberry Ink. May God bless you all. May the Virgin Mary bless you. I am excited for the holiday season. Therefore, take care, happy Advent, and have a good rest of your day.